Hi, my name is Lauren and I'm a product manager on the mCLASS team at Amplify. In this video, I'm going to show you how to prepare for remote assessments. I'll also show you footage of a teacher assessing a kindergartner remotely. Let's jump right in. First, consider the devices you have available for remote assessments. The best way to do remote assessment is to connect with your student on one device and use a separate touchscreen device for scoring in mCLASS. If you don't have two devices right now, you can assess with one device. If your single device isn't a touchscreen device, I recommend spending a little time making sure you're comfortable with scoring, since mCLASS assessments are optimized for touchscreen. The next thing to do is to familiarize yourself with the digital copies of the student materials. Scroll down to the bottom of the page you're on to find them. For example, here's a link to the Level D TRC Atlas text that we'll see a kindergartner reading later on in this video. Next, you'll want to email caregivers to explain why you want to do a reading check with their child. Scroll up on this page until you find the link to our sample email to caregivers. You're going to click here, and then you'll make adjustments to the letter if needed, and then go ahead and send them off to caregivers. You may notice a lag when assessing students in homes with low Wi-Fi, so you want to be prepared. You can either record the meeting, so before the assessment begins, you'll press the recording button on your video conferencing tool, and then after the virtual meeting, you'll listen to the recording and rescore in mCLASS if needed. The second option is using a phone to listen to your student read aloud. Before the assessment begins, you'll call the caregiver's phone using your phone. Then you'll ask the caregiver to press the speaker button. And finally, you'll mute yourself and your student on the virtual learning platform. Before you begin assessment, take some time to connect individually with your student. The reading check is a really great opportunity to spend a few minutes catching up with your student and seeing what's new in their lives. Up next, we're going to see how an assessor puts a link to a TRC Amplify Atlas text into her video conferencing tool's chat box. We'll also see how her student opens the text on her screen and begins reading.
All right, well, I am going to put the book that we're going to read together right here in the chat box. And Sarah, I need you to click that book and tell me when you have it up on your screen. And Mrs. Brousseau, it's so nice to see you also.
Great to see you too. This is great.
Yeah, so she should be able to do all of this independently. So while she and I are reading together, you're welcome, to step aside, go to another room, wherever you're comfortable being.
Sounds good. All set.
All right. So Sarah, you have the book up on your screen?
Mm-hmm.
Excellent. All right. Well, let's go ahead and get started. I cannot wait to see how much you have grown in reading this year. The title of this book is The Nice Mice. In this story, the mice in Jan's shoe shop want to help Jan after she loses her glasses. Let's read the story to find out what happens.
Jan has a shop. She sells stores to nice make all in the shop. They like Jan. A man comes in. Jan will help him get started. Stop.
Let's fast forward to the part where the assessor asks questions.
Okay, so now I'm going to ask you to tell me a little bit about the story, but what I need you to do is click the X to exit out of the book for this part.
All right.
Okay? So tell me when you're seeing my face and not the book on the screen anymore.
No face.
Excellent. All right. Now, start at the beginning and tell me what happened in the story. Tell me the beginning, middle, and end.
Alright, so the beginning is she have a shoe shop. And the two nice mouse all helping her. The middle is someone came in and Jan don't find her glasses and the man made a mess and the man left the shoe shop and then the mouse put the glasses on her desk. And the last part is everyone is happy.
That is great. Okay, Sarah, for this next part, you actually can look back at the story. So can you go back to the chat box and open the story, and then I'm going to ask you some questions.
Yes. Let me do it.
So tell me when you can see the book again.
I can see a book.
You can see the book. Excellent. Now I will ask you some questions about the book. How do the mice feel about Jan?
Happy?
Okay. Which character in the story says, "I need my glasses"?
Jan.
Now you've seen one of our assessments delivered remotely. If you're administering other assessments remotely, be sure to scroll down on the page you're on and find our table with specific guidance for each assessment. That wraps up this video. Thank you so much for tuning in. We know these times require a lot of flexibility of you as an educator. Amplify is here to support you, and we hope that you find our guidance helpful as you prepare for our upcoming assessments.